Queensland. Take a look at this. This is live chopper shot. This is Murwillumbah Bridge, which is on the way into Lismore. This convoy of cars trapped on the bridge, no way out, with horses. They're high and dry there. They could be there for hours and hours, if not days. It looks as though we've got SES there, making sure everyone's okay. At one end of the bridge, there are a couple of boats, but that is extraordinary. In a sea of water, you'd want the bloke at the front of the queue to go forward a bit so the guy at the back can get onto dry ground, you'd think. But imagine being stranded on a bridge like that, on the way into Lismore, the Murwillumbah Bridge, with half a dozen horses there as well. Just amazing. Just extraordinary scenes. And in breaking news, Ballina residents have been told it is now too late to evacuate. I'm joined by Ballina Mayor Sharon Cadwallader. Sharon,
South Ballina that's been cut off, and what we're saying is please, if you're in a life-threatening situation, ring the SES on 132 500 and do not enter the flood waters. Make sure you have your medications with you and any documents or things that you can carry with you, and just wait to be rescued. The rescues are taking place as we speak, the evacuation process that they have, and we just ask people to be patient and follow the evacuation orders. Those that haven't been evacuated, if you could just use as less water as possible, because our drainage and sewage systems are backing up and our pumps are being over the situation. But Ballina is not doing it as tough as a lot of our northern neighbours.
Sure.
And my heart goes out to them. We're probably in a better situation than most of the others.
Yes, Sharon, so many people have been touched by this, aren't they? As you say, a 1 in 500 year event. Your son has lost his home. What happened there?
Yes, he did. He did. It went right over the top of his roof in Lismore. But him, my grandson, and the cat, shops, mattresses, blankets, pillows, and generally speaking, we've got great community support, and we'll get through this. We'll be stronger and better than ever. It's just a great.
They had to do 3 loads, and because of that, myself, my grandmother, who's 87, my newborn baby, and my mum were on the first load. So the water was only to just over the SES crew's knees, and by the 3rd load, the SES was swimming in the flood water. So yeah, it was one of the scariest experiences of my life, and yeah, looking for another rental or a place to stay for all of us, so we can continue to support her is one of the next steps that we need to start thinking about. So.
We also have 3 Army helicopters in the area who are assisting with winch rescues. Our number 1 priority obviously today is to make sure that every citizen of Lismore is accounted for, safe and well.
Now, the water level has receded quite considerably overnight. The rain is coming and going, but it is nowhere near as torrential as what we saw yesterday. It is expected to be around the 9.7 metre mark at around midday. It peaked yesterday at 14 metres at around 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Late to leave. This massive rain bomb has gone down the coast through Lismore. It is now landing over Ballina. Here are live chopper shots. And basically water as far as the eye can see. We keep seeing these shots. We've seen them right through southeast Queensland for the last week. Now it is well and truly into New South Wales. Tragedy on all fronts. So many houses are going to be affected right through that region. Ballina, of course, the town you fly into to get to Byron Bay. Many people right around the country would know Ballina. So many people are going to be inundated this morning. Too late to leave. The people of Ballina are being told.
Evacuate just after 7 a.m. this morning, but now, as we go to air, that is too late. I can tell you, speaking to SES officials here now at HQ, that area is their new area of concern. Obviously, those scenes we saw in Lismore were tragic, and that has its own operation in place, but they are now moving south into Ballina because that now could really become a hotspot as these levels rise. As further down south, that, as you mentioned, a weather bomb is heading south down the coast. It's going to hit the mid-north coast, Newcastle, Central Coast, and also Sydney. In Sydney itself, we are expecting to see 200 millimetres of rain fall within 6 hours, and that's going to cause widespread flash flooding, but also damaging winds. There are already flood warnings in place out at St George's Basin, the Georges River, but also the Nepean River as well. SES crews say that they are ready to act if it does come to that. They have plans in place to deal with that here in the city, but as I mentioned, Ballina is now the focus of their operation because, as you said, unfortunately, it's too late to leave.
You're watching special coverage on Sunrise. We'll have more in just a moment.
Their doors are open. Down there, all these residences, businesses down here, completely quiet, seem to be abandoned, and or people are in their homes. But every street that I can see here, every street, is its own little lake. It's like a series of canals here, but obviously they're all roads, and cars just left exactly where people have had to get out and go, and or they've been swept into location from where they were. Another part of the river down here, but every house along here is affected. Hundreds and hundreds of homes and businesses in here are under. Even a couple of the buildings that are 1 or 2 stories tall, you can see at least the lower level is submerged. And all of those cars down there, in what seems to be maybe, I'm not too sure that's a rail siding, but that small industrial commercial area down there, they've all...
Classic, crisis exhaustion, and while some of us have had the sad experience of going through floods, and we know what to expect and we can monitor ourselves, it's the new people, those who've been birthed into a flood, don't know what to do, don't know how to deal with the trauma. So those people will need help and encouragement and comfort to guide them through what to do.
Well, there have been newborns who've been, I've seen, being handed over balconies. There have been, it is, we talk about